nothing?
No, it's fine. Let's turn it up.
What do you want to do it to? Okay.
7. Oh, okay.
Smells like burning.
Wait. Remind me really quick. I do it this way, right?
Yeah.
This way. And this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Point the bow that way. And let's see what happens. We got 30 seconds on the clock. And go.
I don't feel like yours is...
Go. Okay, now I'm getting... Go. Damn it. Yeah. Oh, does that count? Are we good?
So lame.
Can we take these things off, please?
Oh, you win.
I swear there was confetti on one side of the studio today.
Coming up tomorrow, Slayer. We will bring you our coverage of this week's Halo 2 National Major League Gaming Championships. Then it turns out McHammer isn't dead, or so he says. And Jeff, did I say something wrong?
Hey, McHammer, don't hurt him.
Did I say something wrong?
Yeah. No, you're fine. Jeff Bridges kicks it old school with hand-drawn entries.
Hammer?
It's MC Hammer. Mick Hammer? Is that Ronald McDonald in parachute pants from the 80s? Oh, here's a Happy Meal. Thanks, Mick Hammer.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Exactly.
It didn't have a dash between the M and the C. It was like a mix.
McFlurry.
Our story began in Waterdeep, the city of splendors, with a group of scoundrels.
You'll be completely safe with me.
I really do love you, but that was absolutely disgusting.
A spider the size of a horse.
I shouldn't have picked these bowls.
In battle with a black dragon wormlet.
You guys are happy.
Was there an online petition that I didn't know about?
Ready? Let's get in the air right
Do it
now.
out of a drum. Okay. Oh, yeah, hold on.
Can we get this?
I don't trust you. You don't let me near you with
Oh,
bullets.
God. Yeah.
Really?
I'm going to get rid of this thing, too. I hate that. Gosh, there's so much.
Did you get this? Is this good for everybody? Everybody enjoying this? Yeah. Great. I'm really loving it. What? Okay. This. Oh my God. Well, finish it now. You started it.
Really?
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new attack of the show, Anna David and Olivia. Here, get it from the side. Anna David and Olivia go in your pants to reveal what to do when your booty call wants a relationship. Then on Friday, it's a new segment with Allison Hayslip called How to Be a Badass. She'll join the SWAT team and rescue a
makeup
husband.
artist, finish
What are you
it,
doing?
man. She's gonna do it right.
What are you doing? All
Don't
right.
do it too short.
Well, Al, don't slap somebody's hair when they have a razor on my hair! What just happened? I'm going home! I'm going home! What happened? Time now for some payback. See, yesterday Olivia thought it'd be a good idea to give me the old haircut live during the show, and it's unrehearsed and unplanned and very unfunny.
No,
So,
you wanted to do it too.
all night long, I wondered, what's the worst thing I can do to her? And this is what we came up with. The great hair punishment of 2008.
You wanted to do it too.
No.
You wanted to do it. I want to go home. I'd like to go home now.
Olivia's strapped
Oh my
down,
God.
everybody. The pin mask is on her face. We're ready to drop balloons through this box.
Wait.
What are we waiting on? What are we waiting? What? There's no waiting in hair punishment. Suck. Oh, come on. Somebody get in here and fix this. Come on.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Jesus!
Come on! Get the mask on!
Oh my God!
All right. Hold on. Wait for. Oh, yeah! Come on, hold on. Oh, wait, you want it right? Hold on. Wait. Oh, this one's a feisty one. This one's a feisty one. We gotta fight her. Something's going on here. Something's going on. This is just a really weird segment, isn't it? Oh! So good. Give me one more. One more. Nah, one more. We got it. Hold on. No, this one. What's it? Oh! Got it. That's it. All right. That's it. That is it. That's enough punishment. That's good. How are you? You okay? You okay, princess? Okay. What just happened exactly? I mean, someone is gonna sell that. We could sell that for a lot more money than we're making online if you want to do that after the show. You know what I mean? Noodle.com, you and I. Get some balloons. So what's it like in there, Olivia? Take us through it. You know, sights, sounds, smells.
Why did you stop? Why did you do so many?
I didn't. Were you saying stop? I didn't even hear.
You were doing so many.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Are you serious?
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new AOTS. Engadget Friday. We're gonna review the new Voodoo Envy. It's thinner than the MacBook Air. Okay.
No, you come over here. You
Get him! Get him!
You are my enemy!
We'll bow. We'll bow gracefully. I will bow. You're welcome, Internet. Go to g4tv.com/NTS. 12 things to say today more. You got my eye.
I'm trying to rub it.
Okay. Good job. Good job.
Guys, I'm on the run right now. I'm in Texas, and listen, I didn't kill Liam. Okay, just take a look at this.
Hey, Liam, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Boy?
Hey, wanted to give this to you. Obviously, I know how hard you've been working, and look, I know things get crazy around here. We tend to make fun of your belt a lot.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, your big ass ears, right? You know,
What?
Dumbo, right? Flying around. We've said that a few times as well. And we really don't invite you to the meetings because you have like this really bad BO. But beyond that, I mean, dude, we love you, and I just figured, why don't we pop this champagne together for friendship?
I mean, I got nothing else going on, so let's
Yeah, of course
do it.
you don't. Let's do this.
Oh, God, Liam. No. This is... maybe this will help. Oh, he's convulsing! Oh, Liam! No! You see, guys, I told you I did nothing wrong. All right, just wanted to make sure that everyone understood that. I mean, look at me, right? I'm the face of an angel, global icon, national treasure. Guys, remember Retribution? Wasn't it so fun? It was so fun, wasn't it? Believe me. Gotta run, though.
"25 years ago, a gold cartridge called The Legend of Zelda hit the NES, and gaming hasn't been the same since. While most games at the time focused on high scores, Shigeru Miyamoto's masterpiece courted our imagination. The Legend of Zelda gave us the sprawling world of Hyrule, an epic quest, deadly puzzles, and a franchise that would stand the test of time. The Zelda franchise has produced some of the top games of all time and has left an indelible mark on everyone who's ever played it."
The original Legend of Zelda was a seminal game, and we're still seeing adventure games that copy that basic pattern of gameplay.
Legend of Zelda is like a special game to me. I used to love it with that sword. Going into caves and getting magic potions.
I am addicted to Zelda, and all of my friends, we're kind of like cult followers of Zelda.
My brother and I made graph paper maps of the entire world and every single dungeon. Yeah, good stuff.
The world of The Legend of Zelda grew more lush with every technological advance, but the more things change, the more they stay the same.
When you hear that like mystery sound, like it still makes people incredibly happy.
Our connection to Link is primal. A small-town kid drawn by happenstance, destiny, or love into the adventure of a lifetime. But it would all be for nothing if the gameplay sucked. Link mastered the 2D world, but it was the N64 title, Ocarina of Time, that proved Zelda could be the gold standard in any number of dimensions.
It was the game that bridged the gap between my youth and my adulthood.
Ocarina of Time was just wide open, that Link could go really anywhere.
It made it feel like the game was special and unique and different, and you wanted to play it.
I said Ocarina of Time. I hope that's right.
It's Ocarina. It's not Ocarina, it's Ocarina.
Why did they choose an ocarina? It doesn't make any sense. The oboe of time. That would have been better. An oboe of time.
Wind Waker took us on a cel-shaded high seas adventure. Twilight Princess took a page from Lord of the Rings and gave us epic. Skyward Sword took us to the clouds, not to mention a whole mess of handheld titles. I think it's safe to say Link's been around the block a few times.
You kind of felt like you were, almost a Greek myth, yet it was kind of a modern myth that was created by Miyamoto.
Zelda is like another one of those games that's in history forever.
As long as we have a trusty steed at our side, a master sword on our hip, and a fair wind at our back, where Link goes, we'll follow.
There is good news in the world for anyone that has poor depth perception. Capcom has finally released its new 2D game for the GBA. You heard me correctly. Both of the glorious dimensions will be on display for all to see in The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. And they've never looked so good. The world of Hyrule is holding a yearly festival when the inevitable happens. Zelda gets in trouble. She's turned to stone, and once again, Link has to save her.
I always tell her, don't get kidnapped. Pfft, Legend of Zelda should be Legend of that dumb can't stay out of trouble.
Yes, Link is the bearer of a heavy burden. He must journey through the land to reforge a long broken sword. It is the only way to break the curse and free Zelda.
I mean, why is it always called The Legend of Zelda? I'm the one doing all the work. I mean, I gotta fight for a subheading. Link to the Past. Worst pun ever.
The Minish Cap is your typical Zelda fare. You'll run around ripping up vegetation, smashing vases, and stepping on blocks. You'll also find some new friends in the Minish village, and a really annoying talking hat.
A talking hat? A talking hat?
You also do some other really, really odd things. Can we show this? And an organ grinder from Nambla shows up in what has to be the most unfortunate positioning of a character in gaming history. Oh, Link, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I did it, but I don't care. You see this? This is my new girl.
Who are you?
Take that, Zelda. Come here, baby.
Oh, I miss her so much. Oh, Zelda. Oh, God.
Every fan of the Zelda franchise will love this game. The graphics are the best production the GBA has to offer. Capcom has brought new energy to the franchise while staying faithful to the formula. There is actually nothing bad to say about this game. Unless you count this. You're gonna go blind if you keep doing that.
Hello, is Zelda there?
Link, are you drunk?
Just put her on the damn phone.
Watch it, mister.
Can you just tell her Link called and tell her the Legend of Zelda and the Minish Cap gets a 5 out of 5. What are you looking at?
Welcome to Attack of the Show.
Attack is back, and the critics are raving. Peepoo69 says, good enough. Fred Burst says, I've seen worse. JD187B4X says, reverse hair loss now with one simple trick. Click here. And Adam Sessler says, 5 out of 5. Catch the show the critics literally won't start talking about. Attack of the Show on G4 Select.
Hey, give me your hand. Sorry, Link. I can't believe she killed me. Who the is that? Hey, you cancel that right now. You're hurt. You're hurt real bad, but you are not dying, Tingle. Hey, Hey, who's the tough fairy? Huh? Who's the tough fairy? You are. You're a tough fairy.
All this blood is scaring the crap out of me, Link. I'm gonna die, I know it.
Now, I'm taking you to the rendezvous, and Ganon is gonna get you a doctor, and that doctor's gonna fix you up, and then you're gonna be okay, right? Now say it. I'm gonna be okay. Say it. I'm gonna be okay. Say the damn words. I'm gonna be okay.
Take me to the hospital.
I can't take you to the hospital.
You have to take me. This body over this sidewalk is not. I take care of myself. I'll see a thing, Link.
Hold on, Tingle. Before you know it, we're gonna be back in Hyrule. We're gonna be hanging out with Zelda and the girls, drinking a few brews, and we're all gonna laugh about this, Tingle, right? We're gonna laugh about it. But you're not gonna die on me. I'm hungry. Let's get a taco.
If you've never played The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, then something has gone horribly wrong in your gaming life. It is time to fix that mistake with Ocarina of Time 3D for the Nintendo 3DS. I know what you're thinking. Sure, Ocarina is a great game, but I already played it years ago. Wrong. Ocarina 3D has been upgraded in every possible way. Sadly, Navi is still as annoying as ever. The environments are bursting with detail. Every chicken feels vibrantly alive. Even with the 3D turned off, the graphics are impressive. While the N64 version was pushing the system to its limit, Ocarina 3D feels like the game they wanted to make all along. There are tweaks and improvements around every corner. The ability to equip the iron boots on the fly finally makes the water temple tolerable. The only real gripe is that the motion tracking assisted aim is more of a hindrance than any real help. And while the 3D is truly gorgeous, it's not for everyone. Zelda is an epic game, and putting in long hours with the 3D enabled can cause eye strain depending on the gamer. In addition to the original game, Ocarina 3D also packs in the Master Quest and a boss challenge mode that allows you to relive your old conquests. It's amazing that after all these years, Ocarina still holds up as a masterfully designed game packed to bursting with creative idea after creative idea. Finally, there's a reason to own a 3DS, and it's called The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. A 5 out of 5.
Rumor has it, the ending of The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker leads directly into the upcoming DS game Phantom Hourglass. So we figured it's our civic duty to remind you how this fantastic voyage ends. In our humble opinion, Wind Waker has the best ending of any Zelda game ever, period. Once you get to Ganon's mysterious castle, which is submerged underneath the ocean, you face his 3 deadly forms. Form 1, giant puppet monster. Form 2, giant spider. Form 3, giant whatever the hell this thing is. Defeat the Trinity of Evil, and you'll find Ganon back in human form on the roof. After a bit of philosophizing, the fight is on. What's cool is that Princess Zelda actually steps up to help you out. She shoots him in the back with arrows while you battle his crazy martial arts moves. Play your cards right, and you too can be slamming your sword through Ganon's head. Ouch! Now you tell me that's not mature. The reason we dig this ending so much is that it's bittersweet. The King of Hyrule makes the decision to be buried with his beloved homeland and sends you and your lady friend back up to the surface. Hell, you even feel sympathy for Ganon, who seems genuinely sad that all his plans have come to naught. After the credits, you see Tetra, aka Zelda, and Link sail off into the open sea together, setting up his adventures to come on the DS.
There are some things you expect in a Legend of Zelda game. You gotta have sword play aplenty. Puzzle solving is a must. And a Link game without throwing a few chickens isn't a Link game I want to play. Touting all that, plus a piratical plotline, we're pleased to welcome The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass into the canon. Phantom Hourglass is the direct sequel to Wind Waker. Here's the story so far. After going through all the trouble of rescuing Tetra/Princess Zelda from Ganondorf, what does she do the minute you're back on the boat together? Oh, come on, I just saved your entitled princess butt. Ugh, I guess I'll try and rescue her. Again. You have Link's usual arsenal to help you. You got your sword, your boomerang, and your bombs. What's changed, though, is how you deploy all of these. Gone are the days of the directional pad and A, B, X, Y buttons. Using your thumbs is so 1998. The stylus will take care of every action in the game, from running and fighting to messing with the local poultry. Since you're in the same world as Wind Waker, you still have that enormous ocean to contend with. The good news is that the advent of steam power in the Kingdom of Hyrule now allows you to choose the route around the islands. Thanks, Robert Fulton. You'll keep track of your progress on the top screen, which holds your map most of the time. In an inspired bit of design, though, you can pull the map down to the bottom screen and write on it, helping you remember patterns or clues to solving puzzles. In fact, with so much that's right about this game, we were shocked with one major problem. There's a temple you have to return to multiple times in the game, each time delving to a deeper level. But instead of letting you skip the parts you've already cleared, you have to run them again, with all the enemies on a timer. It's really the only blemish, but it's a major one. From the story to the action to the user interface, this is our favorite new Link game since, well, the last one, Twilight Princess, in case you've forgotten. The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass gets 4 angry chickens out of 5. It's been too long since we've heard that sound. Meet The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess finds Link slumming it, but an evil force called the Twilight has to screw it all up. Suddenly the lives of the good folk of Hyrule hang in the balance. If only they hadn't cut defense spending. Life is hard out here for a Hyrulean pimp. Monsters cruise the hood, Zelda has lost her party girl status, and Link gets turned into a wolf. You'll walk the lonely road of puzzles, unexplored lands, and Mortal Kombat as only a Zelda game can. The wolf form of our hero of time has learned some new tricks. His wolf senses can sniff out buried treasures or track characters by scent. Link's canine self is part of a greater animal motif, from spanking a giant baboon to conversing with chickens. The Legend of Zelda has peddled the same items from game to game for nigh on 2 decades. But Twilight Princess manages to reinvent these tried and true tools. Let me just say, iron boots plus magnetic rock equals awesome. Link has been schooled in the ways of badassery since his last outing. His sword work is vicious, including a kill move that is so satisfying. Give Ganon a message. Tell him I'm coming for him and hell's coming with me. The graphics are the chink in Twilight Princess's armor. It looks about as good as a high-end GameCube game, a stark difference from the next-gen graphical power the PS3 and 360 are vomiting forth. Gross. Somebody at Nintendo has seen Lord of the Rings several hundred times because Twilight Princess brings a Peter Jacksonian epicness to The Legend of Zelda. The game is long, with upwards of 40 hours of gameplay. There are tons of side quests to explore, and Hyrule's square mileage is large enough to make the Louisiana Purchase blush. Nintendo has pulled off gaming on a grand scale. If you need some man Link lovin', Twilight Princess is the game you've been waiting for. Swordplay, sniffing, switch work, it's got it all. Even a baboon smacking its own ass. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess gets a 5 out of 5.
X-Play presents Games in 60 Seconds.
I'm a farm boy. I never go on any adventures.
I'm an evil goblin pig hybrid. I'll kidnap your loved ones.
Must become a hero.
Ugh. We're gonna turn you into a wolf now. Awesome.
Yeah, it hurts. I'm Princess Zelda. Here's what happened last week.
Bitch, this is my kingdom now.
I give up. Will you help me? I look good in green.
Hey there, kid. Take off your shirt. I'll teach you sumo. But I said take it off.
You'll never defeat me. No, you defeated me. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen.
Now I can roam the countryside looking for random and helpful items. I got the hero's bow, da-na-na-na. Ball and chain, ba-na-na-na. Spinny top thing, da-na-na-na. Okay, the novelty's worn off.
I'm so badass, I pulled a sword out of my own chest.
Crap, I'm totally gonna have to fight that dude.
Now you're totally gonna have to fight me.
Sword chop.
No!
Now give me some sugar, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching at home from around the world.
Yes, I'm here in Cologne for the finals of Intel Extreme.
Hello and welcome to another episode of G-Force Crash Course.
He's the first cleanly has. Nexus is their duty. They can't let it slip. Oh no. They're letting it slip. Okay, Hunter and Nico will collect.
I know a guy and his name is Link. He likes to play games and he likes to drink. But when he's not so drunk and also not complaining, he's wandering the woods, doing crossbow training.
That's me! So you've eagerly purchased the Wii Zapper. Your Wiimote and your nunchuck should easily fit into its sleek space-age design. And this lovely lady is my assistant Tingle. Tingle, tingle, kulu limpa. Keep dancing, you slut! Come on!
What a sad pair of human beings. To get people excited about this new innovation, Nintendo has included Link's crossbow training with every Zapper. It's basically a demo to show you what the Zapper can do. It's a simple game, shooting Gorons in the belly and blasting all sorts of woodland creatures.
All right, Tingle, hold still and let's see what this bad boy can do. Stand still, Tingle. Why are you moving around?
I am standing still.
Link's Inflamed Liver crossbow training isn't the only game the Wii Zapper works with. There's Medal of Honor Heroes 2, where the Zapper can be used to turn and aim, but you still have to run around with the joystick, and then there's the reloading. With Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, it's more of the same. Lots of shaking, more annoying reloading, but there are zombies, which is always nice.
Worry about that later.
What have I done? I killed Tingle! What have I done? I've killed this brave, unseemly, unshapely 35-year-old grown man who dresses up like a fairy. I am so sorry.
I know a guy and his name is Link. He likes to play games and he likes to drink. But when he's not so drunk and also not complaining, he's wandering the woods, doing crossbow training.
I have issues.
The Wii's life ends as it began, in Hyrule. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword may well be the last major release for the best-selling console of the generation. If so, at least you can't say it didn't go out with a flourish. Skyward Sword takes place before all the other Zelda games, if that actually somehow matters. In this version of the legend, a goddess has split the world into the airborne land of Skyloft, where Link, Zelda, and their friends live, and the legendary surface, which nobody has seen for generations. As you might expect, Link is a bright-eyed youth with a crush on the girl with the old-fashioned name, even if she can be a bit pushy sometimes. Skyloft is an idyllic place that is unlike just about any other location in the Zelda series. The inhabitants get around using birds called loftwings, and the best of the best get to be Knights of Skyloft. Being a knight mainly seems to consist of telling people they can't fly at night, but you gotta have goals in a small town. Naturally, right after Link passes the test to become a knight and starts making some headway with Zelda, she gets sucked into a windstorm of pure evil and vanishes. So Link suits up in the conveniently familiar knight outfit to track her down. And wouldn't you know it, he turns out to be some kind of chosen one. He picks up the goddess sword, which is imbued with an analytical artificial intelligence named Fi. She lacks the charm of Midna from Twilight Princess, but she'd clean up on Skating with the Stars. The world of Skyloft and the surface is pretty to look at and very cleverly crafted, but it is not without its flaws. The overworld of the sky is open and you can fly around in it as much as you like, but there's not really much to do up there besides enjoy the smooth flight controls using the Wiimote Plus. The surface is packed with puzzles and dungeons, but it's shockingly small. There are only 3 main areas and you'll retread old ground many times over the course of the game. It's still a long game, but some of that length is definitely padding, and it feels smaller and linear as a result. Still, it's Zelda, and the story and setting are mostly there to serve the gameplay, which is fine, since the gameplay part is pretty great.
Skyward Sword significantly changes up how you interact with Link. Most prominently, his sword is controlled by the Wiimote, and in fact, you can move it around one-to-one, which is surprisingly satisfying. Actual swings lock the sword into one of 8 preset attack animations, but this is used to the game's advantage. Many enemies demand precise use of the sword's angles. In fact, the first boss will actually take your sword away if you're too sloppy about it. He also does this really creepy tongue thing. You will have to become skilled at using the Wii Motion Plus with precision to succeed, and this is a very welcome level of challenge. Link also picks up a large arsenal of gadgets and tools, many of which are not new to the series, but you've never controlled them like this before. Each has a distinct and solid feel, and using them is never frustrating. Dungeon design is top quality, and many of the puzzles you encounter make direct use of the motion controls, like these eyes you have to make dizzy by swinging your sword in a circle. Some elements are bogged down by that padding problem, though. Link's shield can now break if it's overused, forcing you to run back to the Skyloft store to buy another one. You'll also collect a bunch of crafting items, which are used to upgrade items in a grindy and not fun crafting system that doesn't really seem to fit in a Zelda game. If all 3 titles had motion control integration this seamless and smooth, a lot of the complaints about the system would have never come up. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword gets a 4 out of 5.
Big simple traveler.
Oh my God, we're losing him!
When you're ready.
By Odin's beard, this game sucks. Hey, did you like the Thor movie that came out a few weeks ago? Did it fill you with optimism and goodwill for more Marvel movies? Well, take a look. Take a real good look at Thor: God of Thunder. Yep, crap.
I should have seen it coming.
It boggles the mind how a game that looks and plays like this could possibly be released in 2011. We all know movie license games are the bastard litter of the video game world. But Thor: God of Thunder, well, this is a whole new level of suckitude.
You've come here to die.
Thor could have been a decent God of War clone. I could have been a decent human being. Some things clearly aren't meant to be.
You cannot stand against me!
Zounds! This game doesn't even attempt to not be a cliche of movie games. The story is as such. Thor and his brother Loki have their family issues, and these issues spill out into fights and battles. Like the Real Housewives of Asgard, or something like that.
No more lies!
The game is extremely combat-based. Thor combat-based. You know, the heavy strikes, the thunder god-type powers. Thor focuses entirely on combat, and not much else. There are upgrades throughout for more powers. That's worth mentioning, I guess. And Thor has finishing moves. Wow, Thor's got something other games have. Stop! Hammer time! In the combat, it's never quite clear what's going on. Just button-mashing nonsense. And the timing is jerky. It actually sucks out my will to live.
Then I shall shatter that will with my hammer.
And I haven't seen boss battles this bad since Bruce Springsteen's first divorce. Let's play a game called How Bad Is It? Thor is so bad, it's been living in a mansion in Pakistan for the past 5 years. Thor is so bad, it replaced Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men. Thor is so bad, Stan Lee still made billions off it. If this game doesn't bring about Ragnarok, I will be very surprised.
I want justice.
This game is nothing but a cheap Thor you could find on any Hollywood street corner. Thank Odin's son Jack Kirby isn't alive to see this one.
What have I done?
Thor: God of Thunder peters out with 1 Uru hammer out of 5.
Doesn't matter. They'll suffer for this all the same.
It's almost always a terrible sign when a video game adaptation of a popular film is released months after the movie leaves theaters. And Clash of the Titans, the video game, is no exception. After some delays, this title is exiting the development process the same way the remnants of a partially digested Costco hot dog evacuate the colon of Aretha Franklin.
Something feels very wrong here.
You play as Perseus, a half-man, half-god, who must defeat Hades so that the world isn't destroyed by the Kraken, a hideous beast of gigantic proportions who devours everything in its path, like Carney Wilson at a Sizzler. As you can imagine, the character models are at best passable. The Sam Worthington one is alright, but your mom in the game looks like a constipated zombie. But we haven't even gotten to the real reason this game sucks. It's a mind-numbing collection of fetch quests that have you venturing into the same boring zones repeatedly to fight through endless waves of respawning enemies, over and over and over. Here's an example of a quote-unquote quest in Clash of the Titans. This chubby guy here tells you to fish for him because he's hungry.
I'll eat anything as long as it's not poisonous. Anything.
So you think there must be a fishing minigame like in Zelda, right? But no. Here you have to fight your way through a bunch of skeleton monsters until you come across a glowing dot on the ground that tells you you've acquired fish. The game allows you to play cooperatively with a friend during certain sections, which is great unless you expect to be able to understand what's happening. It's like the digital equivalent of having David Spade for a co-star. Here's a real shocker. Clash of the Titans, the video game, is a 1.
Please, don't do anything stupid.
Out of 5.
I didn't realize there would be actual applause.
Yes! Life-changing.
That's all you do in this game.
Graphics and what have you. Marvel Spider-Man by Insomniac Games gets a 5 out of 5.
So I have a question.
Am I considered a classic?
Zelda!
Oh.
This is Aquaman. Doesn't look like Aquaman to me. This is Aquaman. You know, the Luke Skywalker boyishness, the tasteful scaly orange mixed with the industrial green of his gloves. This guy, he's got a blonde mullet and a claw hand. What happened? A horrible disaster at a Skinner concert? Now, if you think the fish man looks bad, check out the game. You swim and you fight. Swim more, then fight. That's it, and it still barely works. Reminds me of another famous superhero game, the abominable Superman 64. Looks like the Man of Steel's got it, buddy. Now we all know that Aquaman's superpower is that he can talk to fish. Look what happens when the concentric circles come out of his head in the game. Oh yeah, that's exciting. Well, I'm not gonna let some stupid game prevent me from a decent Piscean human discourse. Meet Slippy. He's my new buddy that I took around my hometown. Slippy and me became fast friends. He loved the view. Which is more than I can say for the graphics in Aquaman. The only effort seems to have been put into Aquaman's golden, flowing mullet. And these are what pass for cutscenes. Comic book panels without sound. But you can add your own.
Arthur, you must stop him. You cannot allow this man to continue to attack Atlantis or us.
He will not of that, you can be sure. Slippy and I had far better conversations. We talked about his life in the ocean and even called some family. Yeah. Virtually all you do in Aquaman is fight bad guys. Sometimes to deactivate bombs, and other times to rescue these Tom of Finland rejects. You'd expect then that the combat might be half decent at least. This is the highlight. The controls are mushy, and some combos require an absurd amount of memorization. Not that it matters. Just hit some buttons, move on, hit some buttons. Speaking of fun, Slippy and I were having a blast until we went to the wrong part of town. After that, he started to act surly. I think he had too much water.
No. Aquaman is one of the worst games to come out this year, and it's just enough elements to qualify as a game and no more. There is not one interesting aspect of this title to even warrant a rental. Aquaman, The Fight for Atlantis, sleeps with the fishes. A 1 out of 5. Oh, and Slippy, well, he made some comment about my hair. I made a comment about deep fat fries and big appetites. Amazing. Such a bad game to make for such a great day.
Giddy up! Welcome to Games You Should Never Buy.
Great job!
Where we save you cash by pointing out what's truly deplorable and intolerable in the world of video games. First up is Barbie Horse Adventures. Most would likely pass this one up based on the title alone, but we're here to warn the little girls out there who might be ensnared by its barn-infested charms. You play as Barbie, who goes on a summer vacation to a horse ranch with her politically correct pals.
Look out, nature! Here we come!
Yeah, look out for these litter-strewing suburbanites.
Welcome back, girls.
As luck would have it, the horses escape the very day Barbie shows up, and it's up to Barbie to rescue them. And Barbie just loves horses.
You're a good girl.
As you might expect, you can change Barbie's outfits.
Press the A button to choose a different jacket.
Now Barbie's found the ultimate accessory. You can even change the horse's tail for whatever reason. I wonder how long that tail will stay white.
Our horse is getting really dirty. We better wash her off.
During your trials, you'll come across dangerous creatures like this lightning-quick porcupine.
We need to time our run past the porcupine.
And all horses like skunks.
We're almost out of trust on the friendship meter.
Run away, Barbie! Run away from the dangerous skunk! Oh. The rest of the game consists of Barbie collecting coins, opening chests, and using her cell phone in the woods.
Christy, Barbie here.
But she's a tough old broad. It's no wonder most girls don't like video games with dreck like this being pushed on them. Straight from the bad idea file comes Monster Garage. If you watch any amount of television, your chances of avoiding Jesse James, the gearhead behind the show, aren't good. The game takes actual challenges from the show and asks you to complete them, which means transforming vehicles into crazy contraptions.
This week's challenge: take a 1968 Ford Bronco and turn it into a 1968 Ford Bronco.
As popular as the show is, this game isn't going to make any new fans. You begin by buying parts. Everyone knows how men love to shop. Once you have the parts, you can enlist the services of all-star wrench monkeys to do some of the dirty work. But you have to do a lot of it yourself. Who needs Ninja Gaiden when you can unscrew bolts in Monster Garage? Things get really interesting when you're asked to remove body panels. And the excitement becomes uncontrollable when you get to weld. Sorry, Monster Garage. The only people interested in this game will be too busy working on real cars. Last, and most certainly least, is Big Rig's over-the-road racing.
Yeehaw!
Hands down, this is the worst video game to ever be released. Really. It's supposed to be a racing game, but you don't really race anyone. Oh, your competitor is there at the starting gate, but he's not going anywhere. At least you're sure to win the race every time. Yes, I are winner. Objects in the way? No worries, you can drive right through them. Tired of following the beaten path? Why not just leave the game world altogether? At least you can come back. The box says to get ready for CB talk and convoy roll in action, but there's no CB, or any sound for that matter. And the last time we checked, one rig does not equal a convoy. So there you have it. Games so bad we can't review them because our rating scale doesn't have a 0. Don't say we didn't warn you.
Wow, that's a Pretty snazzy performance there.
Yes, Sonic the Hedgehog is back and taking his first sneaker-laden steps on the Xbox 360 and into the future of gaming.
How can this be our future?
This is terrible!
Animators have painstakingly slowed down every frame so gamers could truly appreciate the fine mahogany craftsmanship. But unfortunately, they had to replace the delicate grains with glitches. Hedgehog-killing glitches.
Whoa!
Not to say that the deficit of adequate controls and aiming hasn't taken out more furballs than the Turks during World War I. They have. Oh, and the camera. That swinging heifer unable to locate a solitary enemy on the screen. Go ahead, locate the boss. Don't look towards Eggman's insidious devices to hand you your toe tag. It's the falling tower hidden by the camera that kills you in the end. No! At times, you can almost catch a glimmer of what next-gen Sonic could have been through the higher quality cutscenes. Not that they're all of highest caliber.
Okay, you be careful, Tails.
Or help make any sense of the story.
His power can change time and even manipulate the fabric of time itself.
And the barely legal furry undertones tend to stand out, especially if you do this.
I'm so glad that you came.
Despite what you think, Sonic is not about losing the princess, saving the princess, losing the princess, going back to town, saving the princess, seeing how fast an underage girl can pick matted blue hair out of her teeth, and dramatic pause. It's about the people.
Huh?
Helping the 10 or so people in this sparsely populated Duplo city. Like this good citizen, I accept the task and... yeah. Okay, and we're back, and she's telling me what I already know, and... what? Were you hoping to see more Shadow riding around a car, Silver missing every throw, or hours of my life wasted just pushing forward? So here's the puzzle. Obviously the number 5 is missing. I make my selection, and... the loading screen is the mortar that keeps this house of Usher together. After leaving a city, before the boss fight, after you die, between cutscenes, before the results, after the results. Hold on, where was I? After the girl, and way after any redeeming quality may have been leached out of the series by some of the most uninspiring environments, shoddy controls, and degenerate use of the same stages over and over again by characters even less defined than a Rorschach test. That's why we're giving Sonic the Hedgehog for the Xbox 360. What? These are high-end scores. A 1 out of 5.
Tony Hawk Ride may go down in history as the game that finally ended the motion control craze. The game's developers have taken a cue from the Wii Balance Board and packed in a wireless skateboard controller. The peripheral is solid and durable, but there's just one problem. The game is an enormous piece of crap.
Now get in there, let's do it.
To help us demonstrate, we've invited X-Play's #1 fan, Gamertag, to... what are you wearing?
Hey, Morgan, it's great to be here. I'm dressed up like Christian Slater from Gleaming the Cubes, and I'm getting ready to gleam my own cubes on Tony Hawk's Ride.
That's, really precious.
Look at me, skating the Tony Hawk way. Awesome.
Anyway, as you'll quickly find, the controls in Tony Hawk Ride are largely broken. You lift your nose to ollie and slide your foot alongside the board to push.
Now that you know how to stand on the board and push, it's time to start the fun.
Actually, Tony, the fun never really starts.
Grinds! Grinding objects is a blast.
Yeah, not really. Manuals are surprisingly satisfying to pull off, but as you might expect, many of your movements don't register on time.
There's kind of a delay when I do everything, especially when I'm skating.
Yeah, and even when it works right, the game never really feels like skateboarding. On easy mode, you don't even steer the board. It's like the skateboarding equivalent of an on-rail shooter.
Let me ask you this, should I be experiencing a burning sensation in my shins?
Not unless your lower legs had sex with a meth-addicted prostitute. The repetitive nature of Ride is just another reason the game should be buried 6 feet under the earth and never be heard from again.
Maybe I could just use the controller?
Unfortunately, the answer is no. The gameplay has been built around the busted peripheral, so the open-world elements of previous games are gone. There is absolutely no scenario under which Tony Hawk Ride would provide even the slightest hint of pleasure.
Well, what if I actually take it outside and skateboard with it?
Well, we paid $120 for it, but there's nothing you could do to make it more broken. Do you want to have a skateboarding montage set to terrible punk music?
Morgan, it's my destiny.
On one level, we have to admire Tony Hawk Ride for its Hail Mary pass attempt at revitalizing the franchise, but the laggy motion controls, unresponsive steering, and repetitive gameplay make this a 1.
This is a true Cinderella story.
Out of 5.
See you at the next cube we're gonna glean.
Hey y'all! Hey y'all! Hey y'all! Hey y'all, Scott here, quick. What's the first thing you think of when you think mysterious?
I died. I was supposed to get robbed tomorrow!
No manners, no subtlety. Alright, I'll go inside just this once to try this thing out. After that, never again.
I hate change. I've had the same feet for years, thank you.
I interrupt your regularly scheduled me with an emergency report by me.
Take it, you son of a bitch.
Best thing that we can say about Duke Nukem Forever is that you're not obligated to play it. The only way this game would get a 5 is if our scale went up to 100.
Duke Nukem? Yeah, my kid's a real big fan.
Nice try, but nobody under 30 knows who Duke Nukem is. After being delayed for over a decade, the real surprise of the game is how joyless it is. Advertisements promise a balls-to-the-wall, action-packed experience, but what you actually get is a dated mess that features twitchy moments, glitchy graphics, and if you're lucky, 3 enemies on screen at once.
What about the game, Duke? Was it any good?
Despite all the time in development, the only thing the developer succeeded in is crafting a relentlessly dull game that's punctuated by lame sexual innuendo.
So tiny. I know right where I'd stick him.
That dialogue is really clever. So let me make sure it didn't sail over everyone's heads. You see, Duke's been shrunk down, and the woman in the scene is implying that she would insert Duke into her vagina. That's an example of a joke in Duke Nukem Forever. It's rare that the word pathetic can be used to describe a video game, but in this case, it applies. Duke Nukem Forever is like that obnoxious guy at work who tells really lame, unfunny jokes, and everyone just tries their best to avoid him.
I'm bringing sexy back.
But stale level design is the game's worst offender. You travel down a linear path and occasionally get stalled so that waves of exactly 3 bad guys at a time can attack you.
Size only matters when you're full-grown, baby.
Sure, if this had been released a decade ago, people would have been impressed by the technology, but you could say the same thing about Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. By charging $60, the game makers are directly inviting comparison with full-fledged modern releases. If this had been a budget downloadable game, it would have been an odd curiosity, but a full-price retail release is going to be considered as such. Multiplayer feels like an afterthought. Deathmatch and Capture the Babe are extremely laggy and the controls are unresponsive. Let me be clear, on those merits alone, Duke would get a terrible score. But we'd like to address one other area that's troubling: the game's creepy, hateful view of women. In one particularly disturbing scene, you come across women sobbing in the alien nest. They're naked and bound to the walls, and the implication is they've been forcibly impregnated by the alien creatures. What's really problematic and troubling is this is all played for laughs.
Duke, we'll get the weight off in like a week, we swear.
Sorry, babe. It's better this way.
I'm done with this. Here's your score. A 1 out of 5. Hey, Ma, I was shot 9 times, and all I got was this crappy video game.
Oh, you alive!
50, baby, we were sick about you.
50 Cent Bulletproof is a game that's 1 part hip-hop, 1 part shooter, and all parts crap. Let's detail its offerings. Well, you have 50 Cent, whose facial expression denotes an equal dissatisfaction with this muddy-colored waste of time, or someone just keeps rubbing poop on his upper lip. You can tell it's him by his bling. You know, I've always wondered how Jesus would react to that cross. See, it also has other rappers: Dre.
Oh, shit. Is that a ghost?
Eminem. But you shouldn't be playing this game for the robotic retirees of hip-hop.
Is that any way to welcome a guest?
This game is about action. All you do in this game is shoot. That's it. And guess what? The shooting sucks. It sucks so much, I'm not gonna waste an analogy on it. No matter where you are, how close to an enemy you are, what gun you are using, you can't hit anything easily. This isn't realism, it's just complete crap. Look at this. In this game, I wouldn't even be able to Fat Joe successfully.
I never ran from nothing.
Yeah, I know, because you can't run. 50 moves so sluggishly in this piece of programming Afterbirth. You think the developers thought that the crap aiming wouldn't be enough to inform the player that they had been ripped off?
Is money the only thing that matters to you?
That's pretty funny coming from a guy who calls himself 50 Cent.
Okay, so for that reason alone, you should never play this game. But hold on, I want to point some other things out. Okay, here's one of the early missions. Yep, you've got to go to the laundry. But it gets better. You have to turn the power on for the laundry. Why? So you can leave the laundry.
Mama says stupid is as stupid does.
See how 50 is looking at the pen like it's as confusing as Medicare? That might explain this tidbit of dialogue.
Yo, these kids ain't from Queens, man. They using some high-tech shit.
Yep, that's what passes for deductive reasoning here. Using electronic armaments removes suspicion for all the inhabitants of one of the 5 boroughs.
Cover me, Banks.
So there you have it. This game has just been given more attention than it's ever worth. Thinking it's interesting because 50 Cent is involved is as sensible as letting Michelle Rodriguez drive you home safely. A 1 out of 5.
Come get some!
Hi, I'm the most beloved host at G4 TV, Gina Darling. Every second, billions of lives are lost to content that is dangerous or even worse, cringe. But together, we can make a difference. Not everything is content, so sometimes just don't. The next time your friend falls off a bridge, use your phone and call an ambulance instead. The next time your bedroom's on fire, stop recording and maybe at least try to get some water. And most importantly, Please, stop doing TikTok dances with your mom. Your mom is fun, I get that. But not everything is content. And together, we can stop making content. Today.
Oh, Brian! Brian! Oh my, everybody come over here! Brian just fell over! Brian, you idiot! Oh my god.
Oh, I hurt myself. Oh, and my pants fell down. Oh,
I need to make an anti-content PSA. Bay.
Oh, and I farted just now.
Did you crap yourself?
Oh, what a bad day.
Everybody, Brian crapped himself.
Really hard for me.
Adam, we're upstairs.
I was bored. Ooh, is that a golden mullet?
Don't touch that.
I wasn't gonna touch it.
Stop it. Stand over there.
Oh, great.
You had a better idea?
Well, I mean, you could...
Run!
Okay, throw me the rope.
Throw me the golden mullet and then I'll throw you the rope.
You think I'm stupid? You throw me the rope, then I'll throw you the mullet.
We have a show to do. We don't have time for this.
I've got all day.
Okay, so you're gonna throw me the grains of Warbox. I'm gonna throw you my mother's recipe for potatoes au gratin. You're gonna throw me Peace Walker for the PSP. I'm gonna throw you that footage I took of you playing Glee Karaoke Revolution and totally enjoying yourself. You're gonna throw me the Cthulhu plushie. I'm gonna throw you the rock gut. You're gonna throw me your Kindle. I'm gonna throw you the rope, and then you're gonna throw me the golden mullet. Deal? Deal?
Fine. We did it! Nothing can stop us now!
Katamari. Why did it have to be Katamari? I can't believe we made it out of there alive.
Explain to me again why the X-Play Deep Storage has death traps.
Blazinski.
Again, Morgan and Adam. We see there's nothing you possess that I cannot take away.
Damn it, again!
You know, I can't help feeling like we forgot something.
What possibly could we have forgotten?
I don't know.
Let's keep going. What do you mean? Go.
You Thelma and Louise? We'd like to talk to you about a fresh start on a new world.
Thelma and Louise! Welcome to Pandora. You get me what I need, I'll see to it you get your legs back. Your real legs.
Hey, what other legs would there be? I mean, are there options?
Yeah, like if I wanted her legs, could I do that?
Yeah, can I have your legs? Like a manly legs? I bet you run fast.
Or is there a book we can look through? Like a leg book?
Oh, a leg book.
These are your avatars. They're bodies that are remote controlled.
by your brains. Just relax and let your minds go blank.
Holy crap, you look like a gay Thundercat.
Well, you look like a slutty Super Grover.
Someone needs to go back to Fern Gully. Skank.
Okay, Mystique, why don't you shapeshift into something that's not a bitch?
I want you to learn from the inside. I want you to gain their trust. You haven't gotten lost in the woods, have you? Forget what team you're playing for?
What? No, it's not like that.
We're just friends. So.
Yeah. Plus, Avatar Louise has really bony ankles.
Excuse me?
Shh, they're really gross, don't tell her. The strong prey on the weak, and nobody does a thing.
They have sent us a message that they can take whatever they want.
I'm gonna kill all y'all blue-skinned cat monkeys!
But we will send them a message
that they can all eat a big, hot, gourmet plate of Woo! Wow! Yeah! Blue
I'm gunning for you, Thelma and Louise! You hear me?
Stay out there! What's up?
Gunning! With space guns!
Let's keep going.
What do you mean?
Go. You look like a were-smurf.
You look like Braveheart with boobs.
Are you ready for smarter conversation?
If I looked like you, if I was you, I'd be constantly porking.
Elevate your media intake with Vibe Check.
Prius drives like how old people screw.
For research discourse
Hot dog's not a sandwich.
that celebrates intellectual profundity.
Can someone give me the birds and the bees talk?
Rage against the dying of the light-brave philosophers.
I dare you to cut to commercial. I dare you.
Vibe Check. It's deep.